Om Namaste. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to Tantra Tutorials. In this video, we'll discuss about Vikaras, the basic human emotions, which proves to be a hindrance in spiritual progress. First of all, why basic human emotions lead to hindrance? Forget about what Vikaras are. Like, why do we say, or tantric text says that if you want to be spiritually enlightened or want spiritual progress, why you have to get rid of these basic human emotions? Why is it required? Okay, so when your mind or chitta shakti, every person has a willpower, okay, and the stronger your willpower, the more focused it is. That's the key of creating manifestation or doing magic or achieving anything which is beyond someone's control, right? So in other words, if you want to get some siddhi or some power through tantric procedures, or you want to get success in particular sadhana, even in your day-to-day life, if you want to get success in a goal, you have to be focused at that particular goal, forgetting about anything else. So what it is required to be successful in particular thing, not even in any particular spiritual sadhana or tantric procedure, if you want to be successful, you have to be focused, right? That means that your whole physical, mental, spiritual energy is focused in one direction, and then your chances of success increases. But when the same energy is distributed among various things, then you cannot focus and your efficiency reduces, right? And when we are talking about spirituality, spiritual progress, then for achieving it, your mind, your soul must be clear, calm, and not parted, right? Parted into various directions, various desires. So you have to be calm, relaxed, and you have to achieve vichar shunyaman, which is thoughtless mind, to achieve dhyan, then dharana, then samadhi. Samadhi is reached when you have not even a single thought left in your mind, not even what you are doing right now, that you are even in a samadhi. You even forget about on what thing you have started doing dhyan initially. So there is no thought at all. That's a stage which we call samadhi. And that is Kaljai. You would not actually realize the moment you wake up. You would feel like it was only 2-3 seconds since I have started being in samadhi, right? And that's why it is called Kaljai. Like in this state, you have no sense of time and space, right? Okay, now that can be a different discussion. Now going back to Vikaras, there are many Vikaras, human emotions which can be proving hindrance in your spiritual progress. But saints, ancient Indian scholars or saints have classified these human vikaras into five main categories, or I would say there are five main vikaras. These are kam or vasana, which can be sex, lust, or desire or craving to enjoy pleasure. Then krodh, which is anger, lobh, which is greed, moh, which is emotional attachment, and the dangerous of all is ahankara, which is ego. Okay, so let's discuss about them. First of all is the Kama Vasana. Initially in my post I have said that Tantra is not only everything about sex and how to do it in a particular way to achieve more pleasure. It's not that, but rather to win over that desire, that thinking about getting pleasure, right? So you would notice that every human being do some wrong deeds by being under control of each or one of these vikaras, right? So if you do something which is wrong, you are actually under control of any of these vikara. You do something wrong when you are very much angry. You do something wrong when you are very much greedy and you cannot achieve it. You would adapt any method to reach your goal. Because you are being driven by these strong basic human emotions, right? And we have to control them so that we turn out to be a more calm, spiritual, focused sadhak, or a person, or a good human being. It is one form, or in the one form or the other, it is mentioned in each and every religion. If you research over there, one, or in one way or the other way, they have discussed about it, like in each and every religion. The best way in my community, or good community, a tantra and a cult coach, one asked me like how to control calm vasanas, the desire of mathuna, desire of sex and pleasure, how to control it. I don't know about what is written in text, but what was effective for me was the drashta bhav. Drashta bhav means that you see yourself from distance and observe yourself like a third person would, and judge you, right? It's difficult to understand. Like, you close, most of you people talk about out of body experiences, right? You if you are spiritual, you would definitely have talked about astral traveling, out of body experiences. What is that? You come out of your body, then you're watching yourself, then you see that, oh, somebody is doing this and that, and you are detached from your ego, you are detached from your own self, and that's the time when you can really judge yourself, like what you're doing is good or not, what you're doing is not good, yucky, what you're being a slave towards sexual desire. It should not be the case. You should be more focused on a higher goal. So when such urge arise, and you are not actually doing it for some productive or positive outcomes, then you should try to distract your mind from it. And I would not suggest to suppress your desires. Rather rather you observe yourself, your emotions, as a drashta. Then it will slowly and gradually come under control. Suppressing your sexual energy is the worst thing. Then you may start having some other psychological issues, or depressions, or frustrations. You may start hating yourself. It is normal. Being normal is not bad, but you need not have to suppress it. You have to observe it. Observe it and see if it is required at this point of time, or it is not required. If it is, okay, go for it. If it is productive, it is good. If you are doing something positive, okay, go for it. But just to satisfy your lust, doing masturbation is not good. I don't like it. And it's not something which has been appreciated in ancient texts as well. But it is not also said that you have to suppress your sexual energy. You have to actually observe it, and then see if it is being productive, or giving you any kind of benefit, rather than distracting you from your supreme goal of spiritual growth, right? So the best way to control your kama vasana is by drashtabha. Okay, easy to say, hard to follow, but that's gonna happen in each and every step of tantric sadhana on this path. If you are not ready for a difficult path, then please do not choose tantra. No, it is not an easy path to walk on. It is tough, and I must tell you, it is tough. Okay, I'm not going to say that I will give you some mantra sadhana and you chant a set number of mantra in a set procedure, and you would expect miraculous results. No, it's not the case, and that's happening around the global majority. People try it, they do not get any results because their basic funda is not clear. They do not know what is required to be successful in such secret arts or practices. Okay, I'm talking more about basics because that's the thing which is lacking, and because of that, people are not getting success in mantra sadhanas, tantric rituals, procedures, or even dhyan sadhanas too, because they are distracted. They cannot focus. They do not have that concentration which is required to be successful in each and everything in your life, right? So when you want to achieve concentration, you would have to practice dhyan and trataka as well. That is coming in the upcoming videos. Okay, Now moving on to the second vikara, which is krodh, anger. uh, I have actually read in Gita somewhere, like Krishna was saying that when the first thing that appears in your chitta is the greed or desire or vasana, and when it is not met, when you do not achieve it, then you start getting angry. Then then growth starts to emerge, right? And krodh makes your chetna or buddhi out of control. You cannot think properly, you cannot see clearly, and you take wrong decisions when you're angry, right? But first of all, anger would not come if there is no desire, or you know that if your desire is wrong and you have to suppress it, right? If you boost your desire and you say that I want to achieve it, I have to fulfill my vasana, I have to fulfill my desire, I have to fulfill my greed, and you know it's not allowed in society by law, and you cannot achieve it as of now, and you want it anyhow, then you start getting frustrated and then angry, right? So first of all, try to suppress any unnecessary desires or greeds that you know which are unethical, unlawful, not possible. Just stop thinking about it. If any other reasons make you angry, then what is the best way to control it? Anger, when it comes, you know that you are angry. It's very evident that you are angry whenever you are. You're right. So whenever you are angry, you're conscious that you are, and you also want to control it. The best way to control is start controlling your breath. Start doing the pranayama. How to do pranayama? Another discussion. But controlling your breath, I'm not saying that stop breathing, it will kill you, right? It's just controlling the rate of your breath. Okay, you would notice when you're angry, your heart rate beating increases, your respiratory rate increases, you take shallow and fast breaths, right? So in that situation, start taking deep breath, hold it, and let it go from your mouth slowly. Start doing it for a few minutes, and you will notice magically your anger will start going down. Okay, so krodh leads to wrong decisions. It destroys your conscious mind, your thinking, and makes you take wrong decisions. Okay, and also is a distraction. Moving on to the third vikara, which is lobh, and it is called greed as well. Every religion have said, do not be greedy, do not be jealous of what others have got and what you have not, right? Greed is never ending. It is never ending. You get $100, you want 1,000. You get 1,000, you want 10,000. You got 10,000, you want to be a millionaire. Being um, you know motivated to achieve success is not bad, but being greedy is bad. If you are motivated to be a millionaire, good, go ahead. Make the million. Make the million by your efforts, by your hard work, by your planning, by your brain. Do it. Who is stopping you? But don't be greedy. Because when you have achieved that million, you have to achieve the target. You want to achieve more, 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 more. When that lust, when that desire to get more will end, you have got a million already, but the greed will never let you rest. You would not be at peace. You would not be able to enjoy the fruits of your hard work. You got million, but instead of enjoying it, instead of being happy about it, you are still restless, right? Set your new goals, plan it, and to achieve it, like how you will achieve it, you plan it and achieve it. That's okay, but don't become restless, because that basic human emotion will make you restless all the time. It is not good for your health, it is not good for your spiritual progress. So get rid of greed. Greed is lobh, and it can only be controlled by channelizing it in a positive way, that I have to achieve it. Now I have to plan how to achieve it. Now I will focus all my spiritual, my physical, my emotional strengths, my planning into this direction, I will achieve it and then take rest, right? You're focused and you will achieve it, right? So you need not have to be restless. You need not have to be greedy. And if you cannot achieve a particular thing because it is someone else, then do not break any law to achieve it. Do not do anything wrong to achieve it. Because if you do a bad karma, definitely that bad karma will fire back on you. You will be involved in that bad karma. I know all the people around the world, more precisely people who are not much aware of what karma is, they use the karma as, you know, a synonym to the bad karma. Karma is not always bad, it can be good as well. But you are increasing your bad karma, and then you are increasing your hurdles in your spiritual progress, your enlightenment, right? It will fire back. Definitely it will fire back, and no matter uh, how sure you are karma is not there, it will prove itself to you. Sooner or later it will happen. So never do a negative deed or a wrong karma. It will definitely fire back, and we always do some wrong deeds, break laws, or do some negative karma when we are being controlled by these negative human emotions, which are very basic, and we have to control them. Then comes the emotional attachment. Emotional attachment is very hard to overcome. Even when we have some pets, we get emotionally attached to them, right? But when you are meditating, when you are doing some sadhana, whenever you are doing some particular work, then you should be freeing yourself from any kind of emotional attachment. Okay. To explain this, I would discuss two different stories that I have got to know with the through my spiritual journey, talking to different saints and talking to different spiritual people, discussing their ideas and beliefs. I got to hear about two different stories, which have actually, they have made an impact on my subconscious. The first story is that there was a saint, like he achieved moksha, like he achieved nirvikar mana. Nirvikar mana is he conquered all these vikaras, and because he conquered all these vikaras, he cut the cord of karma, and he was not having any good or bad karma linked to him. He was actually going to achieve moksha, which is salvation, and he would be free from the cycle of birth and rebirth after this life will end. He achieved it. But after achieving the success in that particular sadhana, he started, taking care of a wild animal. What was it? It was a deer. Yeah, it was a deer. Okay, so he took care of that deer, and he got emotionally attached to her. And by the time like the deer grew up, and he was getting more and more emotionally attached with that animal. And the day when he was about to die, then on his deathbed he was thinking about who will take care of this deer after I die. He was worried about it. He was Because he was in moh or with that deer. He was emotionally attached to that deer. Because of this emotional attachment, only one single emotional attachment, the next birth that he took was in the yoni of a deer itself. Because he was too much emotionally attached to that particular soul. So all the good deeds that he have done, all the sadhana, they go in vain, and he was again trapped into the cycle of birth and rebirth. So that's how dangerous it can be. Emotional attachment can be. Now another story, a strange story, but true, about Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa ji. Okay, he was a very big devotee of Devi Kali, and he have actually it is said that he used to see Devi Kali in front of his eyes almost every day, right? And then he wanted to achieve moksha again, to get free from the cycle of birth and rebirth. And he got to ask and seek help from a ghori from North India. And this Aghori told him that you have to kill Kali. He said, "What? She is my mother. I cannot kill her." He said, "You have to kill her the next time she will visit you with the sword of knowledge." And he said, "What that means?" He said, there is no form of God. God is formless. And you have given God a form, a shape, and you worship God in the form of Devi Kali. You will be attached to a form, and when you will die, that emotional attachment will not let you free from the cycle of birth and rebirth, and you would not attain moksha. So when next time you see Kali, then try to kill her. It doesn't mean that he would be able to kill actually Devi Kali. It is not possible, right? It's just like to kill that emotional attachment to a particular form of God, and then embrace God who is omnipresent and have no form, no color, no shape. He tried following that Aghori's directions, but he failed. He couldn't do that because he was so much emotionally attached to Goddess Kali. And then, out of anger, because his disciple was not actually following his instructions, that Aghori hit Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa on his head with the mutt of his sword, right? So it created some scar over there, and it was aching. And he said, "Now, when you will go in dhyan, and yeah, then you will see her, you will remember my guidance." And then it was then when Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa successfully was able to follow his guru's advice. Only then he was able to achieve that status, to achieve moksha, right? So these are two stories that have created big impact on me, and it made me really understand like how dangerous emotional attachment can be in your spiritual progress. And the last, ahankara, and like I told you, ahankara is the biggest and dangerous vikara of all of them. Why I said that? Why did I said that? Because when karma, which is sex and lust, enters your conscious, you know that you are being under control of it. You have those symptoms. Anger will also tell you. Emotional attachment will also tell you. Moh will also tell that yes, you are being emotionally attached, and you are being in love with someone, and because of that you are doing certain things, right? Greed will also show its effects when it comes in your mind, right? But when ego comes, ahankara comes, it will not let you know by any of the physical signs. You would not be aware that ahankara is entering you, right? And you will do something wrong, and then you will realize, oh my god, what did I did, right? So that's the thing. It is the most dangerous vikara of all five of them. How to get rid of vikaras? Sorry, how to get rid of ahankara or the ego is to getting rid of the karta bhav. Too much to digest. I know. But the more you follow my blog, the more you get to know about the other things that I promise that I'll discuss later. The more you will be getting more accustomed and understanding the whole knowledge of tantra and Indian spirituality. So getting rid of the karta bhav, like karta bhav is the doer. Do not think that I am doing it, I have done this, I have achieved this. No, the best way to get rid of ahankara is get rid of the karta bhav, that I am not the doer. God is the one who is operating everybody, and whatsoever I have done is by divine order. God have let me do this, and that's why I'm free from this karta bhav. I'm not telling you to do something wrong and then blame God that he have let you do that. No, I'm telling you to do your karma, your duties, your work, and then still do not feel that you are doing it by yourself. It is rather God who is making you do this. Okay, so even a kasai, even a butcher who cuts animals, and that's his living, and he believes that that's my work, and I earn my living through it, and he gets rid of that karta bhav and say that God have granted me this work and I'm doing it to earn a living for me and my family, right? Then he will be free from the karta bhav, will become a karma yogi. Okay, and that's also a way to achieve moksha, but that's a difficult path to take. Being karma yogi is a very difficult path to take, but again one of the paths which leads to moksha. So get rid of the karta bhav. Do not feel that I have done this. Rather, it is happening because of divine order, because of God's own will, and then you would be able to minimize and then slowly control your ego to a big extent, okay, and get rid of it. In India, it's a common saying where I come from. Like somebody says, like, "Okay, congratulations, you achieved this. This has happened. This is good. Congratulations." I have seen many people, specifically from Sikh religion, they would say, "Jo karta hai, so karta," right? Like I'm not doing it. Whatsoever is happening by His order. So He is the doer. They would hold their hand together and say, "He has done it. I have nothing to do with it." So it's a very good practice to do. It will the moment somebody praise you, the moment ego can enter your conscious, the same very moment, because you have adapted a particular practice of saying that no, it's not me who have achieved it. It's by the grace of God that it has happened to me. You have actually not gave any opportunity of ahankara to enter you. Okay, this is very short description of all the five vikaras and my experience on how to get rid with them. Definitely you have to find the best way to get rid of these vikaras if you want to be attaining some spiritual heights. Okay, if your energy is diverted, then you cannot achieve any success. But if you're focused, you can achieve success in your material life, in your spiritual life, whatsoever it is. You have to achieve focus and concentration. As I promised, I'll be discussing how to achieve concentration, which are Shunya Mastish. I will be discussing Trataka and other things that I have promised. And stay tuned. Please hit subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please be an active member on my blog Tantra Tutorials. Hit like on my Facebook page for regular updates. Thank you so very much. Many blessings to all of you. Namaste. Om.